let's talk self-rescue swimming, because in the aquatics community, it's a very touchy subject. For those of you guys that do not know, I went to the NDPA conference down in St. Pete in February. It wasn't until I went to this conference that I realized how little self-rescue swimming was accepted within the aquatics community, which is so disheartening because as a self-rescue instructor, I understand the beauty of being able to teach a 6 to 8 month old how to roll back and float and save their lives. And I'm laying the foundation of a larger skill set, sometimes even before this child has mastered how to walk. However, it did make me start asking more questions because I wanted to understand why the rest of the community didn't see the beauty in what we do. And I think it boils down to they cannot support something they don't understand. It also boils down to instructors pushing children too far. It also boils down to instructors not properly communicating what the parent has expectation-wise for the child. Now remember, I teach self-rescue and I also teach strokes. So I straddle both styles of swimming and I can understand why people have the view set of self-rescue that they do. And here's the thing, the self-rescue community has had their theory and training practices under lock and key for years. The reality is the rest of the aquatics community doesn't understand what we do, and because they don't understand, they can't support something they don't understand. But the simple reality is children under 2 have drowning statistics too. Families have pools in their homes and they need to be able to teach their children how to self-rescue because there's a need for it. I believe in the ladder of aquatics. I've talked about this previously, but if we start with self-rescue and we teach a roll back to float in a swim, float, swim sequence, and we honor the child's emotions and their own timeline, there is no reason why we can't go from a swim, float, swim in a self-rescue program over to a strokes program where they can develop strokes. There's no need for the aquatic community to be against each other because it builds on each other. Some instructors are pushing children way too far on the self-rescue side. They're rushing to shape skills before the child is ready, and they're not honoring the child's emotional timeline in the process of doing it. That's going to get us a bad reputation. But if we honor the emotional timeline and we respect the child and we allow that child to shape skills when they're ready, there's no reason why it can't be a ladder that a child can climb to reach success. Thank you so much for listening to my rant. Don't forget to follow along for more. I'll see you in the next one.